Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have another food bank haul for you. This is my local food bank. We're allowed to go once a week. I am a family of 6. It's me, my husband, our 3 children, and my mother-in-law. We are currently renting our house. Husband's working full-time. I'm staying at home, raising the kids, homeschooling them, and my mother-in-law has a part-time job. So we're just a multi-generation household trying to make ends meet and trying to do what's best for our family. And one of the ways that really helps us get by is by utilizing our local food bank. Now, we're just your average family. We're not homeless, we're not destitute, we have vehicles, we have kitchen supplies, but we're just barely making it by. We live paycheck to paycheck, and going to the food bank helps us lower our grocery bill. And not only that, it stops food waste. Food waste in America is absolutely atrocious. It just gets me all fired up when I think about all the resources that went into growing this food, harvesting this food, shipping this food, packaging this food, putting it on the shelf, just to throw it in the trash. And there's so many families out there struggling. It's not just me. It could be your neighbor. It could be someone who you think is doing well, but really they're having trouble feeding their kids. So if you find yourself struggling, if you think the food bank's not for you, but you find yourself living paycheck to paycheck and struggling to get groceries at the grocery store, please consider going to your local food bank. I have resources listed below in my description box if you need a place to start. So please don't be embarrassed. Everybody needs help. This is a tough time we're living in. The cost of living crisis is no joke. It's impossible for anybody to get ahead right now. So please don't be embarrassed and go get some food for your family. It helps my family so much, and I know it would help yours as well. At my local food bank, we get to go shopping, which really helps because we get to pick and choose what we would like, and we can leave whatever we think we would not use or that someone else might use. Like, for example, if something's gluten-free. I try not to take that because we don't have any gluten restrictions in our family, but somebody else out there might. So those are the kind of considerations you can take into pick and choose, but in some food banks, you just get what you get, and it's always a surprise. So that's always fun as well. Let's see what my family of 6 got this week at my local food bank. Before we get into the haul though, if you could just like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. I'm trying to get to 1 million subscribers. Just liking and commenting, giving me a share, that really helps support my channel, guys. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let's get into this haul. All right, the first thing is that we were allowed quite a bit of bread this week. So I got 1 sourdough loaf. It just smells so good. And then they had lots of bagels. So we got 1 bagel as my bread choice, and then they had extra bagels. So I got cinnamon raisin and blueberry because we can go through a thing of bagels in my household. And then I got some hot dog buns. Always good to have some buns in the freezer. Fire up the grill, put on some hot dogs, like that. And then some whole grain, healthy, multi-grain bread for sandwiches, some good hearty sandwiches. I roasted a turkey the other day, so we're gonna have some nice turkey sandwiches, you know what I'm saying? So for the sweet, we got a 6-pack of donuts, and unfortunately those did not make the car ride home. But they did have an extra bin where they have an extra sweet, and I picked up 1 single slice of chocolate cake that husband and I are probably gonna share later tonight. So I gotta go ahead and hide that one. And then they also had coffee. Pretty sure this is coffee. This is always mystery coffee because it's probably ones that someone either left on the shelf or you don't know what was in there. This says code 1811, which is probably their coffee code. Oh my gosh, it smells delightful. Hopefully it's not decaf, but it smells good. So it's always nice to save a couple bucks by having some fresh coffee. And these are whole beans. If you have a blender, you can grind coffee beans. Just put them in the freezer so it makes sure the oil is nice and cold. That way it won't gum up on you. Throw it in your blender or your spice blender. Bam, you got ground coffee. And then when we get to the produce section, they usually have just tubs of produce. If you've seen my video where I've volunteered at the food bank, I'm actually a produce sorter. And you go in there and you sort through any of the moldy stuff and throw that in for the goat bin. So they feed the local farmers goats with that. Or it's good enough to go out on the shelf for the customer. So I can leave that video linked below if you're kind of interested in getting behind the scenes look at my food bank. For the produce, they have a whole bunch of it just lined up, and then any family over 4 people get a whole bag of produce. So this is my whole bag of produce. I'm not shy about it. I load her up, but that's what it's there for. So I got tons of beans. I had gotten some beans last time and I canned them up and I got 3 quarts. So I'm hoping I got about another 3 quarts worth here. I did not grow beans this year in my garden, so it's really awesome to see them at the food bank. So I'm able to get in there and still get some green beans canned up. Let's see if I can pull them out and I'll show you what else I got, because there's a lot in here. Some of it being some fresh basil. I smell it. I got 2 zucchinis. I also did not grow zucchini this year, so I'm grabbing any zucchini I see at the food bank. And then here is a lemon. And just all of this basil. It smells like it was just this was all the tips of the basil kind of on its last leg, because it's got pretty hot here. Oh, it smells so good though. So I was super excited to get all that basil. What else is in here? Lime, the lime and the, oh, and then they had some garden fresh tomatoes. Look at that. And now it smells like basil. Okay, yeah, let's see, more basil. Oh yeah. Oh, I got a clove of garlic here. Or, is that a clove? A bulb of garlic. Here's another homegrown tomato right here. Oh yeah. All right. Give me a bigger bowl. I'm dumping it all out. I want the tomatoes on the bottom. Okay, look at all this basil. I guess I'm doing this now. And then this giant tomato. And then I grabbed 3 more cloves of garlic. Always nice to have wonderful garlic. Here's another lime. Another garden fresh tomato. These over here. Here's some more fun ones. And these are ones that I could probably save the seeds and then I could grow these myself next year. That would be fun. So some more tomatoes. This one got a little squished. I shouldn't have put the tomatoes in the bottom. That's okay. These just look so fun, right? And then they had a couple, oh, here's another garlic. I guess I got 4. More basil. Here's green beans. And then they had some little baby potatoes. I grabbed those. Yeah, so just green beans, basil, and these fresh tomatoes. So that's exciting. And then they had extra produce to hand out this week. It was as many bananas as you could take. Now the bananas I just got for volunteering last Friday are in the freezer, about to go into my freeze dryer. So I grabbed 3 more bunches because they had a whole bunch of them and they were gonna throw them out. So I grabbed 3 more. I might be baking up some banana bread. Maybe I can bake some up and take it to the volunteers. That would be nice. And then everybody got a thing of strawberries. So I grabbed one of those. And then everybody got a watermelon. So this is a nice, good size watermelon, seedless. Hopefully I got a good one. Sounds hollow, like my head, right? And then they had whole tubs of onions, like fresh grown onions it looks like. So every family was allowed 1 bag of onions, as well as 1 full bag of potatoes. So I got quite a bit of onions and potatoes to get stocked up on those. So any ideas on what to do with that, go ahead and list those in the comments below. And then one of my extra produce choices, you got 2 extra choices from like the extra bin. So I got this Traza Foods. It has feta cheese, mixed Mediterranean olives. It has dolmas, which is stuffed grape leaves. And then, ooh, yes, that word, which is parsley, tomato, onion, quinoa, lemon juice, fresh mint, olive oil, and sea salt. So here's what it looks like on this side. So there's the feta, the olives, here's the stuffed grape leaves, and then here's that little salad mix. So this looked really cool, and I thought it would be fun to maybe make something up using this, kind of turn this into something new. And it's Greek. Everything in Greek is awesome. So that is super exciting. I've never seen something like this there before, so I'm glad I grabbed it. And then for another thing for the extra bin is they had a thing full of stir fry mix here. This is $7 originally if you buy it at the store. Looks like it has broccoli, bell peppers, snap peas, zucchini, squash, celery, mushrooms, carrots. Did I say carrots? Broccoli. This looks like maybe Swiss chard here or something. So a good mix of veggies. All right, and then for the meats, holy moly guys, They had a ribeye steak. Now, sometimes I'll grab the steak. Other times I try and grab like more family unit ones like chicken thighs or whole turkey or things like that, or pork chops, something that I can feed the whole family with. But once in a while, they have a really good cut of meat that it's hard for Mama Bear to pass up. So this is a USDA choice beef ribeye steak, bone-in, 1.39 pounds, $16.99 a pound. So this is a $23.62 steak. Oh, this looks so good. Mama might cook this up for herself, or I don't know, maybe I can make a steak stir fry if I wanted to share. Another great score in the meat section was a leg of lamb, boneless leg of lamb. This is almost a 6-pound leg of lamb, $6.49 a pound. So what, $37 leg of lamb. It's Australia inspected, so oh yeah, premium Australian lamb. All my Australian ladies, this is for you. I guess you guys have lamb there, and it says sell by August 14th, so I ran out of date. Kirkland, so this is from Costco. Wow. I guess I should have known that. I said that up here. I was so distracted by the leg of lamb, I didn't even notice the brand. So yeah, here's a amazing leg of lamb roast. Wow. All right. I love lamb. It's kind of like a sweet meat, I feel. So I was super excited to get that. I am looking for some tips on how to cook it, so leave those in the comments below. And then for I just got 1 can of apricots. And then they had an extra section as well that had enchilada sauce, but this is an enchilada base. So this would be pretty good. I just, like I said, cooked up some turkey. So that would be awesome to cut up and put the turkey in here, and then I can have some freezer enchiladas. Ooh, I think I'm gonna do that. Plus I'm gonna cook up some ground beef. I should do that as well and do half turkey, half ground beef, because husband likes beef enchiladas. I like chicken, but turkey is a good substitute, so I might do that as well. Oh yeah, okay. So I just got that idea right now. Yeah. And then they had a pack of dried beans. I always try and grab dried beans if they have them. Then for the dairy, we are allowed 2 choices of milk, and they had full gallon, so I grabbed 1 full gallon, 2%, which is what we prefer to drink. So that was nice to get. And then they had half and half, so definitely grab me some half and half for my coffee, or I could kick up maybe the strawberries, make it like a strawberry ice cream. That sounds good too. And then they had this probiotic plain yogurt, which I'm wanting to make my own yogurt, so I grabbed this to use it as a starter, but this works great in recipes for baking. If you don't have sour cream, or if you want to use something instead of oil, you can use just plain yogurt, and it works fantastic. Keeps things super moist. And then they had a thing of corn grits, also known as polenta, and I've honestly never had polenta before, so I thought this was intriguing, and I was like, you know what, let's give it a try. Best by December of 2022, so it's not that far out of date. Basic recipe for quick grits, so you can make grits with it. So that's super exciting. I'm excited to give that a try. Probably, can you have that for breakfast? I guess so, why not? Grits I associate with breakfast. And then in the extra area, you are allowed 2 choices of personal care, and they had some liquid dish detergent lemon. So I grabbed that. It's a cute little bottle. That's nice. I like how they portion the bigger stuff into smaller servings so it can multiple people can use it. Just like this is an old peanut butter jar, but they're using it to dish out Kirkland laundry detergent, which this is the brand that I use. So this is awesome. This is probably going to get you at least a month's worth of laundry, I think. Maybe a couple weeks, but still awesome. So I was super happy to grab soap. That saves a lot of money by just having those kind of essential items that you need to run a household. Well, that's all that I got on my haul this week. Oh wait, there's one extra bonus item we forgot about. Let me bring out the kid to help. All right, what else extra did we get?
Dog treat.
Oh man, should we give one to Jack? Yeah. He needs scissors. Scissors.
Please
No.
Mommy, you know this is
Are they? I thought I saw them somewhere else. Oh, right here.
smells like chicken.
Smells like chicken. It says made with real chicken. Here you go, Jackie boy. Here, let's put it down. Oh yeah, he's happy. Good boy. Good. Hey everybody, we are back and I'm going to be cooking up a couple of things for dinner. One of the first thing I want to do is go through those tomatoes. So I went through and I rinsed them off really good. I have a couple of Roma tomatoes that I have left over from a couple of weeks before that I just threw in the freezer. You can put tomatoes straight into the freezer, like in a grocery bag, and they just do fine. They hardly ever freezer burn. And that way it's a good way to save them, and then you can do them later when you get another batch of tomatoes, and then you can cook them all at the same time to make some bigger batches. So that's what I like to do. So I'm gonna get all of these roasting. We're gonna throw one of our onions on there as well as our bulbs of garlic. And then we're going to kind of just roast this up and just kind of make like a marinara sauce or spaghetti sauce out of it. I'm just gonna have it all in the oven cooking while I'm going to be making enchiladas. So I'm going to be using my enchilada base. I have a huge thing of turkey here where I literally just roasted a turkey and I made bone broth and I have all the turkey from it. So I'm going to make turkey enchiladas as well. The other night I cooked some steak asada on our grill out back and it is absolutely delicious, and we still have some left over. So I think I'm going to make husband steak ones and then I'll have turkey ones. And then we have grilled peppers and onions that I cooked at the same time that I'm going to add to the enchilada mix, as well as a can of black beans. It's always nice to have extra protein in there, and I'm always looking for ways to use up black beans. So that's kind of my plan. Oh, also, I'm going to be using some of these strawberries, and I'm going to make some strawberry ice cream. I recently just won this ice cream maker, and I haven't used it enough. I've only made blueberry ice cream, and that's it. So we're going to make some strawberry ice cream, and I think it's going to be delicious. So that's kind of on my agenda. But the first thing I'm gonna do, I have my oven heated to 350, and I'm gonna get these tomatoes on this pan. The little cherry tomatoes, I'm just gonna keep whole. I think that's gonna be fine. These ones I might cut. Hey, hey, hey! Do we need to turn it off? Just gonna cut that core out. Oh, look at that, juicy. There is nothing better than garden fresh tomatoes, guys.
Mama,
Yes.
can you make me a warm sound?
Nope.
Are you making once?
Yes. A little dinner-ish. Have some fruit or something.
What are you making for one?
Don't worry about it. I'm making food.
I don't want to have this for once.
You don't even know what it is.
I don't like peppers and tomatoes.
You like spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, but I don't like those.
I saved a chunk for myself. I got to. Oh, a little bit of salt. You guys salt your tomatoes? I'm almost out there. Whoop, lost the guts. It was so good. Mm-mm. Got juice in there. I might do 2 of these onions because I have a lot of them and it's a lot more tomatoes than I thought. Yeah. Alright, and then we'll do one of these cloves of garlic here. Jeez, these are huge. Mmm. I'm just gonna drizzle with olive oil. I'm gonna sprinkle with pink Himalayan salt. That's currently what I'm using. I'm just gonna use all that. Been trying to get rid of that container, so. Heavily seasoned with salt. Kind of roll it around. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. And then we're just gonna throw this in the oven and let her roast. And I'm gonna open up this enchilada sauce. See kind of what's in here. Oh, it almost looks like there's rice and beans in here. I love this little bag scraper. I was exposed to this when I worked at Applebee's, and we were forced to do this with all of our sauces to save every little bit of money, and I got one for my own house. So I will have this linked below if you're looking for one yourself. I mean, it looks like tomatoes, corn, rice, beans, grilled corn too. I mean, it tastes pretty good. Woo, it's a little spicy. Probably won't work for the kids. Man, I wonder what they add to it. So I have tortillas, I have this. I don't know if I need to add this anymore. I think that's fine. I didn't know I had rice, corn, and beans in there. I'll probably still add some peppers and onions though. Why not? I have it. And then we have our steak here. Slice some of this steak. This was skirt steak. Dang it. Skirt steak, I believe. This is one of the meats I got from my friend when her freezer smelled like crab really bad and she didn't want any of the food in it because she can't stand it. So she gave it to me, and this was one of the things that was in there. Steak asada. It was really good. And then here's some of my turkey. Alright. Let's assemble. Enchiladas, assemble. So we're gonna put some steak, some of the grilled peppers, grilled onions, and then our enchilada filling. I'm gonna plop some on the bottom of our pan here too. I'm just gonna use the base as the sauce. Alright, so steak. Close it up. Alright, I'm going to put the last of this base on top here. Going in 350 for about 40 minutes.
I'm going to go ahead and start the strawberries for the ice cream. All I did with here was take 2 cups worth of chopped up strawberries. I mixed it with brown sugar. The recipe calls for regular white sugar, but I'm currently out and I have an extra brown sugar, so that's what I'm going to utilize. And I'm going to let this sit for about 30 minutes before I blend it up.
The enchiladas are going to be a little spicy for the kids, so I just made some barbecue turkey quesadillas. And they are going to have that with the leftover fresh strawberries. And then our marinated strawberries are ready to go. So let me feed the kids and then we'll get back to this. Alright, it's all kind of saturated. Some of the juice has come out of the strawberry, so I'm going to blend it up. If you want it chunkier, you can leave it chunkier. Just do like a small dice and then not blend it at all. Alright, I plugged in my ice cream machine. It's all ready to go. We are going to pour in our 2 cups of strawberry puree with the brown sugar. And usually you use heavy cream and whole milk with ice cream, but I'm going to use our half and half we just got. So I'm going to do 3 cups of half and half. There we go. another 1/2 cup of sugar. Again, I'm using brown sugar. I'm gonna do a splash of vanilla. And this, a pinch of salt to kind of help wrap that all up. And that's all I'm putting in this. I'm gonna get it kind of a rough stir. But it'll stir up more in that machine. And this is one with a compressor, so I don't need to chill the bowl or anything. It is ready to go. So we'll lock the lid and stir it. And there it goes. So we'll check back in an hour and see how it looks. Guys, the enchiladas just came out of the oven. I put some cheese on there and then cooked them for about 10 more minutes. And they're done and looking good. So I'm gonna serve those up when husband gets home. I'll probably take a bite though. I'll let it cool and then I'm gonna take a bite. Well, let's see what our tomatoes are looking like now. Our roasted tomatoes are out at the same time. So this is one thing that you can do, guys, if you have the oven on. Like, throw another project in there, you know, while something besides dinner that you're making. Take advantage of it. And then you can get another project done. Garlic back in there. Alright, I'm gonna throw some fresh basil in there. I'm gonna use my emulsion blender again. It's pretty good. I'm going to give it a try, see if it needs any seasonings. Look at that. Looks pretty thick too. Ooh, ooh, that is sweet, guys. Man, gonna add salt to it. A little bit of ground pepper as well. Other than that, I think that's pretty darn good. And that got me 6 cups of sauce. I'm gonna let this cool down, and now this is something I'm gonna put in the fridge, and I have some homemade spaghetti sauce ready to go for my next meal. Alright, let's give it a try. First of all, this is his ginormous enchilada. I might have gone a bit heavy. I'm one of those where you just have to have like way too much sour cream. Every single bite has to be slathered in sour cream. Especially if it's got a little spice to it. I'm totally a ranch and a sour cream kind of girl. Well, that looks pretty darn good if you ask me, guys. I don't know, did I get the steak or the turkey? Ooh, I got a steak one. Oh, I probably should have diced that steak up. So now I got long strips of steak. What a shame. Oh yeah. I like that it had beans and corn already in it. That was kind of nice. I've never seen that at the food bank before. I wonder what restaurant that came from. Wow, that was delicious. Definitely would have been too spicy for the kids, so I'm glad I made those quesadillas. The ice cream's plugging along. I'm not going to leave you hanging though, so I'll bring you back when she's ready to go. Alright guys, we got 30 seconds left. But look at this consistency. Oh, I'm giving it a try. You want a bite? That's pretty darn good.
Guys, it's not you all guys want to taste it?
I can eat right out of this bowl. Husband's home. Husband, you want to come try a bite of cold strawberry ice cream? He looks awfully hot. Let me grab him. Yeah. Yep, it's soft serve right now. I gotta put it in the freezer to firm it up. But Conrad, you want a bowl?
No, I do admit that I want a bowl of some.
Well,
I'm getting this bowl first, no, and now get another one from you so you can give me a bowl of one.
Well, I gotta put it in the freezer for a bit. It's good. Oh, that's delicious. ice cream. And it called for heavy cream and whole milk, but instead I just used plain half and half. And I'm not going to be able to scrape all of this. I'm going to have to confiscate some of it. Right? And then this is going in the deep freeze. Well, I would call that a success. We got homemade strawberry ice cream, some delicious steak and turkey enchiladas, and I even made up some homemade marinara sauce while about it, because why not? Thank you so much for coming along and seeing what I got at the food bank and how I utilized it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time on Mama Baird's.